Hey, I'm D'Angela.
And I'm David, and we're work spouses. Yep, you heard it right, but not the type that you're thinking of.
We realize you spend more time with people at work than you do with the people you love most.
We're going to discuss the interactions such as the games played at work, building the right and avoiding the wrong relationships. D'Angela and I, we're currently work spouses.
Join us each week as we testify, help, and complain about work in corporate America. Welcome back, coworkers.
Welcome back.
We're in here.
So, how's your week going?
Not bad. There's something that I think we forgot to mention last week because we did the Kobe news.
Oh, yeah.
It's Black History Month.
It is Black History
Happy
Month.
Black History Month!
There's some good things, yeah. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
So when you think of Black History, like what comes to your, do you get like more prideful about it? Like what is it? Is there anything that you do specifically? Do you go, like when I was a kid, I used to always have to be in a parade. Like
for Black History Month?
Yeah, I was always a parade.
That's cool.
It was always some stepping. It was always something that I had to participate in. But
that's fun.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Okay.
No, I don't think I've done anything in particular, but I do love Black History Month.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I know you're. I know
course.
those who don't know you. Yeah,
I kicked off Black History Month actually with going. So I got tickets to see the screening Harriet. It came out last year.
And I heard there's some free tickets this month that are being offered.
Yes. Is your mic on?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Okay. So
you saw Harriet.
I saw Harriet.
Okay.
And I enjoyed that a lot. I took one of my girlfriends who was last minute.
Okay.
Because the tickets were only available for Black History Month.
Right.
So on my Regal app, they had sent the promotion. They had the promotion in the promotion tab. So I signed up, and there was only locations in Silver Spring and Potomac Yards, Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay. So you went to Silver Springs.
No, I went to Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's it's not far from my house.
Closer,
yeah,
for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's just like a really close. It's kind of close, so we enjoyed that, but it was better than we expected. So I was like, I waited this long to see it, and it was actually good.
Because I think it got some tough reviews in the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Right.
Like a lot of people didn't like it, especially like the black people were like, nah, this is not our perspective. But I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get into the cocktail.
Okay, what's the cocktail?
So the cocktail today for Daniel's fast or David's fast
Yeah, right.
is a mocktail. This is my first mocktail cocktail.
Okay, what is a mocktail?
It's non-alcoholic.
Okay.
Because you know your little...
Right. Why is it called...
A mocktail? Because think about it. Mock is...
Mocking.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's all the ingredients of a cocktail, but not really the cocktail, including the alcohol or the libation.
Let's do it.
Okay. So for today's mocktail, I have blueberry. It's called Blueberry Ginger Mint. And the ingredients are 3 blackberries, fresh.
Okay.
4 mint leaves, 1 lime, so basically lime juice, and a splash of elderflower and ice. So elderflower, as you remember from last week, since I got all this Trader Joe's lemon elderflower soda.
You're not going to let it go to waste.
I'm not going to let it go to waste. So that's all that's in this cocktail. So basically what I did was muddle the blackberries and mint leaves. Squeeze the lime juice, and then I add ice to the glass, and then I poured a little bit of the lemon elderflower inside of the glass, and then I'm going to garnish with mint.
Gotcha.
So that's why it looks like this. And then I'm going to add ginger ale to it. But we don't want to shake up ginger ale.
Okay.
So if you bring your glass closer to your cup mug, your huge, gigantic work spouse mug. This is like a good smoothie.
It looks like blood, but okay.
Because of the blueberries.
Okay.
It's a little thick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that artery blood, like when you hit the artery.
that bust your head open on the concrete.
Yeah. You get too close to the organs, yeah.
Too close to the organs make your blood look like
that? Yeah, it gets darker, yeah. As you get closer to the organs, it gets darker, yeah.
So then if you go ahead and crack open that ginger ale.
Okay.
And we can get this party started.
Okay, I'll let you do the measuring.
Oh, easy.
Okay.
So it's not going to be any alcohol in it, but the thing about mocktails is I get a little concerned because they can be really sugary, which is more calories than actually drinking alcohol, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
So.
You always give yourself a little more, but that's fine.
Because you always say, no, that's not enough. I don't want that. No, you always backtracking. And then a little bit of elderflower soda.
Okay.
Let's hope this tastes good. This is my first mocktail. I'm a little concerned.
So when it's not alcohol, do you still cheers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Okay.
Maybe a little too much ginger ale.
Yeah.
But I just taste ginger ale.
I mean, it's
I do taste the elderflower.
Yeah, right. It's not enough syrup.
Well, I'm going to improvise.
Okay.
I'm going to add this in here since we're already drinking juice.
Right. So that's kind of like what you do, like when you run out of like liquid soap, you add a little water to it.
Liquid soap?
Right. When you run out of anything, you just add a little water to it.
Yeah, a little water to it. Oh,
yeah.
Shoot. I didn't want to add the blackberries in it because I didn't want it to be too tart.
Okay.
But that might do it.
We'll try it again.
Let's try it again. I like it, but it's still...
Yeah.
I taste that more elderflower, but...
Me too.
Clearly, I'm not good at this mocktail thing. I need to stick to alcohol.
Stick to alcohol. Right. So we can't invite you to the kids'
Who
parties.
can't make a cocktail without alcohol?
Yeah. Well, you can't do the kids' parties, but you could do
I can't do kids' party.
But you could do
21 and older only.
Yeah. So you got any... Before we jump to the topic is how much does appearance matter?
Ooh. That's exciting.
Yeah. I think this is going to be good. We're going to be able to take some turns. But before we get into that, is there anything you want to ask? Any questions? Anything from last week? Go ahead.
I do want to ask some things.
Okay.
Well, last week we did the segment.
Right.
Well, I tested out the segment. And this week, I want to introduce the Work Crisis Hotline.
Oh, yeah.
So this hotline we have created for all of our co-working family out there to call us and complain. This is the Work Crisis Hotline.
Right. It's not just complaining.
but I mean, tell us anything, but
Yeah.
I was making light of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The Work Crisis Hotline, we can be reached at 202-643-9015.
Oh, you didn't hit them with the 555-5561?
It's a real number.
It's a real number, okay.
If you all call us and leave a voice memo or voicemail or text us, you can do this. Is a real number.
Real number.
And we can share on air.
Yeah.
I don't have to use your real name or your real employer.
True.
But this is the Work Crisis Hotline.
Yes. We want to hear
that
your
number
story.
again is 202-643-9015. And I'm going to put this in the show notes.
Good.
You can also email us at thyworkspouse@gmail.com too.
Yes.
But I wanted to introduce the Work Crisis Hotline because, we're here for you.
Right.
We're here. We're a family, So moving on.
Yes.
I did want to talk about an article that one of my friends posted on her social media. And guess what the article involved? Take a guess.
Sleeping on the job. I don't know. That's what I wanted to do.
Good guess, but no. It was talking about salary.
Salary. Okay.
So there was a video, actually. It wasn't actually an article that consists of words. It was more so a video. And the video was produced by today.com.
Okay.
And was basically about a woman who realized she was being underpaid.
Okay.
In the environment. And it's basically, so the environment in which she was in, the career field that she was in was tech. Women in tech.
Women in tech. Got it.
And I would think they would make buku amount of money.
No. But go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay, you say no.
Yes.
This is me. Clearly, I'm naive to this.
Okay.
So when I watched the video, because I have to replay, what I saw,
Right.
I thought it was interesting. So she was a black woman.
Okay. That's a double whammy, but go ahead. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
She was a black woman, and they showed her and her family. And she wasn't really older. She was probably maybe like in the mid or late 30s.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say she was quite 40 yet.
Okay.
And she had a daughter. She did have a daughter, and she was musically inclined. So she played the violin or something, like some instrument. Don't even get me wrong. It probably wasn't the violin because it stood up, but it was like a violin. So it could have been a cello or something because it was bigger than a violin.
Okay.
And she was passing down her musically inclined talents down to her daughter. So they would practice together their instruments.
Gotcha.
So in the video, she spoke about how she didn't know that she was not making that amount of money that she was making until someone started talking about it in the office about how much they were making.
Okay.
So typically, like when we talked about negotiating salary in one of our past episodes, it made me think about like, how do you even get the conversation started?
Right.
So a few details. She didn't know that she wasn't making $20K less than some of her counterparts until she recognized that someone was speaking about it. That part. Then she basically hearing others discussing the salary, their salary, and then she felt like negotiating was only for higher ups. Like I guess in higher positions or higher levels, I just assume. So when I watched the video, it started to go into like, she was saying how she was taking on more projects but not being properly compensating for, basically taking on more roles and responsibilities. So yeah, so that was interesting.
So what was your takeaway from that, like in terms of reading or watching the video?
So as I carry on with the watching the video, I noticed that there was this other woman who created this spreadsheet, and it was sent across the states, and everyone on there, mainly women, it was only women, I believe, in tech, would put their salary and bonuses that they receive on this spreadsheet and share this spreadsheet with other women across the states. Right? That's an interesting.
That's interesting.
I thought that was a very interesting strategy or thing to do,
right?
Because not most people will want to share those things.
So the tricky thing, okay, so this is what I think of. So when you're a city employee, when you're a federal employee, it's kind of easier to know what your coworkers are making because you got pay schedules.
Yes,
and a lot of it is posted, especially for city. I know for sure your name is actually even posted like annually on what you're getting paid.
Yes, and also it's taxpayers' money, so all this information is public records.
Correct.
For federal and government employees.
Correct.
District employees.
So I think it's easier to have a even playing field in government.
Yes.
Okay. So it's the private sector where it's a little more discreet.
Yes.
And the reason why you initially said, okay, she's in tech, and I was like, a little hesitant because, when you think of technology, you think of men first.
Yes.
Not saying women can't do that role, but in terms of the introductory to technology, even when your cable guy comes to it up, how many times have it been a woman? I don't think I have had my cable, internet, everything set up.
But I think you're talking about installation of tech.
Not just installation of tech.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying even just software developing, or rather even just web developing, things like that. Most of those services, I think, are even IT in the office. Yeah, there's some women doing it, but there's a lot of men doing it. So, and it goes back to our episode where when it's a new thing for women or men, I feel like the women are going to get the short end of the stick because it's almost like it's a stereotype. Well, they're not proven to be successful in this field yet, so we don't know if we're going to pay them
the same as the male counterparts. Right. So this woman, her name was Liz Carter, I believe. I'll put the article in the show notes. But she was saying how she sent this out to other women, and they even interviewed some of the other women who decided to include their information, their salary, and the bonuses that they receive on the spreadsheet.
That transparency is good, and it's only going to empower them.
Exactly. And I think it's important because I didn't recognize just recently, maybe just last year, I asked one of my girlfriends, I was like, I didn't ask her what her salary was because I'm open about my salaries to my girlfriends. They asked me, like, let's talk about it. Because, and this is what this article is explaining, like, have the conversation to see if you're even being lowball.
Right.
Like, so we can say, okay, we're all in the right salary range. Not that you should compare, but it's more so if we have the same title.
Right.
So if everybody has the same title and we're not making the same amount, there's something that's not making sense. Also, negotiation, because people do negotiate different things when going to a new employer.
Yeah. And we're talking, and the key thing that you said in negotiation, sometimes you think because you're not in middle management or you're not in the executive level that you have no say so that you can negotiate at an entry level or clerk level or admin role. I mean, there's always negotiation. You know? Even if, and another thing, even if you don't negotiate your salary, sometimes you can negotiate
everything else. Yeah.
Everything else.
So we mentioned that in the previous episodes.
Okay.
So when she was talking about it, the other woman who included her information, not the black woman, I think her name was Jess Cooper. Not her, but the woman who created it, which was Liz Carter. When she got other woman, they interviewed another woman. She actually said she was surprised to see the list and see how others were not making as much as her. So it was also enlightening to those who were making or feeling or felt like they were compensated properly to see how others were not. And it was just like, that knowledge is imperative to another person who's not making as much to go out and ask for that amount. Regardless of feeling like the higher ups are the only people who deserve the bonuses. So when I saw that, I thought it's interesting how we choose to pass down certain knowledge and not other things. Right?
That's interesting. Yeah.
You see what I mean? Because like we can freely pass down other knowledge that may be just in conversation, but none of us say, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about salary."
Right.
I want to talk about it. Like, it's always interesting to me when I see that. And going back to the story with my girlfriend, who I said I just recently asked. I asked her. I said, "How much?" I said, "What's your GS?" Which is government.
Right.
Which is the grade scale.
Right.
And she said, "Why you don't ask me that?" And I was like, "What? Why don't you?" I said, "Everyone in the government knows what your GS is."
Right.
She said, "Well, I just always was told not to do it that way because of your mom, because of your family, because that's what they told you." They have always made people not talk about salary so that they won't have the people pushing forward to the employer to increase their salary. So if it's all like, if it's like an ignorance to everyone in the environment.
I mean, okay, so on the flip side, if I'm an employer and I hire you and another girl, but even though you guys have the same title and I know your skill set is just a little stronger, I may want to comp you a little bit more, and I may not want people to know because I have to spread the money. It's not that.
Well, yeah, but already there, you may want to compliment. No, it's either is my skills qualify or not, because we're not talking about how you feel. It's more so about if I qualify. Like I don't. And the thing is, like when I was asking her this, she's like a GS. She was like a GS 13. Even if you say for government people like what your GS is, you don't know where they are on the scale.
Correct.
Because it's a GS 1 up until a GS 10.
Right.
And a GS, and I don't think people know this, but a GS 1 and a GS, let's just say a 7, right? The GS 7 can make more than the 14-1. But it's on the scale of 13. Because people keep looking at the GS as a level of pay and not a level of expertise. So you go up in those rankings as how long you're in that GS, that number. So if you're 13, step 5, you can make more than a GS 14-1 because they're at the lower of the basic scale in that series. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, it makes sense to me because I already know it.
You're right.
But
so it was interesting when she was just like, "You don't ask me that." I'm thinking like, I can just Google search and look up everybody's title in the government. This is taxpayers' dollars.
Yeah.
And your salary is my taxes.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I think the government, I think it's a little more transparency. I think for a private corporation, I wouldn't be surprised.
You would think for the government it was transparency, but clearly it's not. They're still operating under the old system of like, you don't tell me when your GS.
Oh no, I'm talking about the people are not transparent, but the system is transparent.
Oh yeah.
But with the private sector, it's like I can see someone signing, "Hey, you cannot share your salary with your coworkers," because yeah, they're in it to make money. They can't pay everybody
What they
top dollar and
deserve.
what they deserve. They just can't, and it's
They
almost like
can't pay
yeah,
everybody what they
no, they
deserve.
can't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
Just to
it's
even
almost
say
like,
that is just
but
disheartening.
unfortunately, it's like a real team. Like nobody gets paid the same on a team. I mean, you
Yeah.
have different. You got top performers, and you have people that holding it down, the foundation, and some just veterans that you just give them the vet minimum.
Yeah, but that was that.
Yeah,
Watching that was really unfortunate because this woman didn't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't envy a person who makes more than me. You know, like, or so I feel like we need to have those conversations. If those conversations and you're not sure and someone tell you how much you should be making, or you feel like you're not being paid enough, have the conversation. I don't understand why having the conversation about salary is so touchy. When I hear someone's salary, I don't hear like bankroll,
'cause people
popping bottles. Like I don't hear that. I hear like if you making that salary, your expenses are taking up clearly still at least 70 to 80% of it.
But-
Because I think of like how much it costs to live. And then all the other things that come with the cost of living. Like we all have, if you went to college, you got student loan debt. Like there's some standard things that I know that everyone who's working isn't working for no reason. One, you know what I mean? Like everyone's not working and saving a 50% of their salary because isn't like your monthly, your expensive or just even living costs is about, 40% of your take home pay? Like, like monthly pay or something like that.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't believe that just because you told me your salary that I automatically assume that you got all this bankroll,
Yeah, but
like,
people may not discuss it because sometimes we associate that your salary is basically a reflection of your value. So it's like, I'm not going to share my salary with you because, one thing is private to me, then I don't want you. And if you're making more than me, then I'm going to feel bad or I'm going to be upset. But then if I'm making more than you, I don't want to have to make you feel better. So it's like, I guess you're seeing it. I mean, I like the way that you're seeing it because you're saying it's like more in the team aspect. Hey, what's fair is fair.
right.
Hey, if we're doing the same thing, why not be open about it so we can help each other to the next level in terms of just keeping it an even playing field. But for women, which the main issue is, it's still not a fair playing field.
Yeah, and I think also that the article was basically titled "Women Tackling the Wage Gap by Sharing Their Salaries," and I think that is a way to tackle the wage gap because what's happening is the conversation is being started, the information is being sought after from others, and the more you is really, I think a lot of things that still exist today is a divide and rule strategy. If you don't know anything, you don't know what else you can, else you can obtain from it. Right? So that's how others can rule that segue of it. So like you said, like the employer don't want to pay everybody the same amount, even though they got the money, they want to spend as less. But then you give me these whack bonuses and make me feel, if you can give me, I always look at bonuses as an amount of increase you can give me on my salary. If you give me a $5,000 bonus, put that on my salary. I don't want that. I don't want that once a year.
But some people don't want it spread out. Some people want that lump. So I could go.
Yeah, put it on my salary. Say, here you go. Every 6 months, here's $5 or here's $250. $2,500. Like spread it out. Then 6 months, $2,500. End of the year, $2,500. I don't care how you do it, but don't think that you're rewarding me when I see like, oh, I actually deserve this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it's basically saying. It's like you deserve it. You deserve it of it.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see why we just do the bonus.
No, a bonus is great.
Versus salary. Because if you're bumping them up in salary, then that just that increases where they're gonna retire at. It's all
I get that.
Things
I mean, I get that. I think I understand the bonuses in corporate America because it's sometimes derived by their sales for the year.
Right.
So I can understand that. But I think that there should be an option.
But if you think about the government, they can't do salary because everything's about time.
And also because of taxpayers' money. They can't give them too much of a salary, I mean, a bonus increase, because you have to justify it. That is because all of government salary is a taxpayer's dollar.
Yeah.
So they have to justify, you know.
Yeah, I think it's like a percentage you can't go above uh, of your salary.
Oh,
like a
yeah,
percentage
yeah.
of your salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
For sure. So yeah, we can move on, but that's just what I wanted to bring up. I guess we can try to figure out a title for that segment of articles or news that we see. But I like the idea of having a conversation to get everyone on the same accord and say, "Hey, girl, how much you making? No, let's fix that," or let's go back and negotiate, or let's go back and see. Oh, you have been doing all these tasks for the past 3 months, 6 to 3 months. Let's see if we can make more, you know, or let's see what incentives are owed to you for completing these timely tasks or executing this huge part, you know, whatever the case may be.
Right.
So yes, moving on to our topic about how much does appearance matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You tell us.
we're gonna
You
talk
start
about,
off.
Okay, we're gonna talk about appearance in the workplace. I think appearance has changed in the last 20 years in the workplace.
20. Gosh, why you went back so far?
I mean, I guess you really don't have to go that far. But 20, but if you even just go back 20 years,
20 years.
it's a
Well,
drastic change.
20 years ago, we were even
Oh,
in the
maybe
90s.
because you were,
We were in the
for 20 years, I was
It was in the
working at
90s.
FedEx. right. 20 years ago. Right. Yeah. So, right. So,
Let's bring it up. Let's say
okay.
10.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do 15. Right.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, even though you might not have been in the workplace 15 years ago, okay, we'll do 10.
No, I
So,
was.
Okay.
I've been working since I've been 14.
Yeah, but you wasn't in corporate America.
I was.
Were
I
you?
did accounts payable for a bookstore.
The local bookstore, or was it Barnes Noble? Okay, thank you.
Wait a minute here.
Moms and Pops bookstore, thank you.
It was. They
You-
had
They-
brick and mortar. They weren't like. They may not have been
you
big
did not,
as.
No, you didn't do no. I mean,
Anyway, let's carry
okay.
on because I'm not about to do this with you today. Don't try to play my
Right.
skills, sir.
So we're gonna look over the whole landscape. So when you talk about appearance, we're not just talking about. Okay, let's just talk about what you wear, what people were wearing, what was acceptable, what was the standard in the workplace.
In the workplace.
Right. Standard in the workplace, because leggings weren't out yet. So anybody wearing anything like leggings, that would be rebuked.
They were actually out. They were out when people were exercising because they were all over exercising videos.
But they weren't wearing that to work.
No, they were not wearing it to
Today,
work.
people are being slick. They're wearing leggings to work, throwing a little long shirt over it, a little blouse, throwing a dress over it, whatever.
Yeah.
You're not getting away wearing leggings in 2005.
No.
No. Okay.
Or workout clothes to work.
Okay. Even workout clothes work.
Yeah.
Okay. I think men have had the least flexibility. I think men, the standard has always still been whether Dockers in the shirt and tie, things like that. I feel like women well, now you don't have to wear a dress. You can wear a suit. You can wear your leggings, a nice blouse. You can wear, there's just so many different options that women have. Oh, you can wear a blazer and a t-shirt. You know, there's just they have a lot more flexibility.
I don't think it's comparable when it comes to what men and women wear. Because all around, men and women have different wardrobes.
Correct.
Just in general.
But
I think it depends on how men wear. Like, men will come and wear more wrinkled and unironed things than women.
Okay, that's when we get into the
Or more casual.
But that's when we get into the grooming. But okay,
Yes, that's the grooming.
let's say, okay, let's take it 15 years back. Mm-hmm. Men and women were more dressed alike in terms of the standard.
Okay.
So, yeah, in terms of the standard. And today, when I look around the work today, like today, like
What happened today?
actual today, when I look at women, they look way more comfortable in their attire than men.
Well, you're just assuming because you're a guy. You don't
No,
know what
no,
you don't know. You don't know.
okay.
No, we have a lot of things hinged up underneath the things that we wear. So
Okay, I understand the girls.
So just because we look comfortable, that's the idea, to look comfortable in our clothing.
Some guys wear some girls too, and what is that? The waist thing? Yeah,
The
they
waist
wear-
trainers?
Yeah, waist trainers. Come on, there's some guys doing that too. But just in terms of just without assuming what's underneath, just based on comfortability.
It's just your perception then.
It's my observation. Yeah.
It's a perception because you don't know what's going on underneath.
I'm not talking about underneath.
But you said we look comfortable in what we're wearing. We may be very uncomfortable because some people may feel more comfortable in leggings and a t-shirt, but they can't wear that to work. You know, that's not considered appropriate work attire.
There's a lot of women wearing leggings at work.
There are.
Yeah.
There's
so,
actually
to me,
someone.
leggings are more comfortable than slacks.
I think it depends on the individual because for me,
Do you sleep
I
in
am
slacks?
not comfortable.
It's cross. We know that the attire for sleep, where some people sleep naked. We understand that. Yeah, but there's a certain texture that is deemed comfortable.
Yes, and I don't necessarily think those are leggings. I'm just being honest. So I'm just not. I just don't think that for me, like I don't
And
want
not the workout leggings either. Not those.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Like for
okay.
me, I don't feel comfortable with wearing leggings to bed or to sleep. They're not that comfortable to me
Okay.
because they're tight. They're still tight.
I
So
understand the
when-
hug of it. Right.
Right.
It's
So when
uncomfortable.
I feel comfortable, I feel most comfortable
Loose.
in a dress.
Right. Okay. So loose.
Well, the dress could be fitted,
Right.
but I feel most comfortable in a dress. I don't like pants. I don't like two pieces. I feel like
Right.
it just takes too much time. It's falling off. Like they're not custom made to my body, so there's always going to be something.
I would think like a dress would be comfortable for everybody. Right. You know,
It
because you're
just-
just free. You're just free.
Yeah.
Free flowing.
So that's just I really
Yeah.
feel more comfortable in the dress. Now, other people I feel like they feel comfortable in those things because sometimes it's easier for them to throw on. Well, they don't want to spend a lot of time and attention on their attire.
So let's talk about acceptability.
Mm.
So what's acceptable in the workplace?
Not leggings. Unless you work in an environment where you're in a call center and no one sees you. You know, like someplace where
Okay.
it's acceptable.
What if you're working administration in the admin office of a corporation? Yeah, you're not doing no meetings, but you walk around the office.
True story
Okay.
about regarding appearance. I was on Twitter the other day, right? And this person is apparently an entrepreneur and she works from home. And I guess she didn't get dressed.
Okay.
And she said, someone told me to get dressed when I'm working from home. And I felt 1,000% more productive, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting because that's how I feel about getting dressed. When I wake up, I want to get dressed to feel that productive. Like if I'm in bed, like attire, you got to think is conducive to the environment. So if I'm in bed, I'm in lounge clothing because I'm relaxing. It's not nothing hinged to me. You know, I'm just like, people you said sleep naked, like with nothing. They want to relax,
Right.
enjoy. So think about like how much clothing and appearance actually make you productive mentally because you feel like I'm in a great suit or I'm in a three-piece
Okay, so-
or I'm in something that's, you know.
Okay. So does your appearance affect the way you feel about yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then one of the questions I had, and it goes to what you were saying just now. So does dress for success still apply? in today?
Absolutely. For me, it does. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have people who said it to me. They say, "Oh, you'll when you get here long enough, no one dressed like you around here in the office. You'll stop dressing like that." And I never do. I'll come in there every single day dressed as if I work. I mean, I don't know, in Capitol Hill or something. Because I'm not. You're not going to tell me how I dress. And it happened to me in college actually. When I was in college, I used to wear heels all the time to class. And someone's like, "Oh, you'll stop wearing those heels. You'll stop." Because people used to go to class in pajamas. I never stopped wearing them. I was like, you would never see me come to class in pajamas, ever. You can forget it.
Okay. Has your supervisor or coworker, have they ever made a comment about your appearance, whether it was negative, like, "Hey, we need you to dress up more. We need you to do this. We need you
I
to
haven't got
tone it
dress up
down,
more.
tone it down, or anything."
I haven't got toned it down. I think it has been on particular items. I'm like, oh, well, and I'm just like, oh, you just hating because I come in here all the time looking professional. You just wanted to say something. You know how like if they never said anything about your attire
Right.
before, and now all of a sudden they have something to say about this one top or this one skirt. It's like, what do you really want to talk about? Because I don't want to talk about this with you.
How about this? Okay, I like this one. Does a person's appearance dictate their opportunities in today's society?
I think so.
So
I do think so.
Okay. Do you feel like you get treated different in the bank whether you wearing slacks or wearing sweats or wearing a suit?
Yes, I
Restaurant?
do. I think anywhere you go,
Anywhere, okay.
anywhere you go, you will get treated differently from your attire.
Okay.
I mean, it. People should treat you with respect regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on the type of business that's being conducted, I think that it should matter.
Okay.
Like if I'm going to a business meeting, I should properly prepare for the business meeting, be well groomed. Like I should show that I'm serious about it.
Okay.
Not that someone who doesn't come there isn't serious, because you got to think like business meetings with rappers. I'm sure they're showing up in there with chains hanging with gazillion diamonds in it, Rolex, Rollies all over the
Right.
place, grills in their mouth, and they still sign $1 million contracts.
Right.
But it's the environment that's
The
like, this is
environment,
what is acceptable in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
environment.
the environment does dictate it. How about this? Your personal life. Let's say, have you ever been on a date with somebody for the first time? You meet them for the first time, and they showed up maybe in a jumpsuit, something that just you were like, why would you wear that? Like you're kind of underdressed. And how did you treat it? We all want to know.
Before we get to that, you didn't tell me if you had someone at your job talk about your attire or had anything to say ever that was negative.
No.
No?
I think
Okay.
I think I adapt to environment. Yeah.
So back to your question.
Okay. Yeah. Back to my question. You got some time to think about it. Like, tell me somebody ever.
Yeah,
like,
I did a little stalling there.
looking like Jerome or something like what?
I think I have been on dates where they have had interesting dress attire.
Okay. And how did you handle that?
I just took a mental note.
Okay. So then, what is your thought process in terms of, because you obviously have an expectation, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with
I
having
obviously
expectations.
have an expectation.
No,
so
we all have
David.
expectations. No, we all have expectations. So you're going to meet this guy for the first time, and of course, it depends where you guys are going.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say you guys are going to meet at a nice restaurant, upscale restaurant.
Okay.
You expect him to wear what?
Usually where someone is taking me typically dictates how they're going to dress.
Right, that's how it's.
So it already kind of set their standards like, oh, okay, this person taking to me is this nice place. I know they're going to be dressed well.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say, hey, let's go to a hookah bar where I can wear like jeans and a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's really casual.
Right.
So it really depends on where the date is actually taking place.
Okay, so but I'm sure you have showed up to this, and you're like, oh, are we going to the same place?
Well, I have been told that I'm always overdressed. So I just say, this is how I'm showing up. Even my friends, they'll call me and be like, hey, we going here. And you know what they say? I have on this. Don't get dressed like that. And I'm like, what are you?
Okay.
That's like, this is what I want to wear. Like, and people think like, well, you get dressed up. This is how I want to feel right now. Like if I want to put on something fancy, of course it's not like a ball gown, but like this is how I want to feel. I want to dress up. I want to feel this way. I think people forget that when you put on clothes, it also brings a typical like maybe a particular like feeling.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got my lipstick on. I got like whatever that feeling is. Like everyone has their thing. So, but I've had friends that be like, I'm super casual. I'm in jeans. Like I've had a friend tell me, it's like we went out.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I've never seen you wear jeans before. I was like, that's a lie. And I was like, maybe you haven't. But I can be in jeans. It's just that she never seen me in them before.
So
no, wait. I want to turn this back around on you. Because Dave, I don't know what you think this is, but it's not an interview,
Yeah,
okay?
it is an interview.
So how do you feel about this being married? And you tell your wife.
Well,
Do you say, hey, I didn't like that on you, or do you have any say in this, or does she have a say in what you wear or how you wear it?
I mean, the thing about it, if I
tread lightly.
she doesn't want me to make a comment because she wants to know that she wants me to trust. Because when I do say something, and she be like, I'm not even done, and you already
critiquing what I have on.
Right. Like
so wait. Give me an example of this. So she's in the process of getting dressed.
Yeah, and like she's 60% through it, 60% involved, and I'm already like,
I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
Dang, David.
But I mean, it's almost
You are brutal.
yeah. So it's almost like you're tasting some food or something like man. Like I didn't even put salt and pepper.
I didn't
in it yet.
finish. The
It's
cuisine's not done.
Yeah, we haven't seasoned the meat yet. So now I just let her finish because sometimes she's not finished until we're at the place.
Wait.
Thank you.
How is that possible?
She put on makeup still in the car. She put on accessories.
Okay.
Cause it's the whole thing. It's the whole, it's the whole thing. It's the makeup. The hair was in a pin of the hole right there.
Pin girl.
Yeah, so then now we get there. She taking off the cap, and I'm like, oh, who that showed up? So I can't say nothing until we actually walk through the door.
That
Okay,
is
is this your final look?
No.
Okay, thanks.
That's funny because we women will do that.
Yeah.
That's funny. I do that every day. So
Okay.
like a portion of the front part of my hair is pin curled.
Right.
But I'll wear a hat so
Okay.
you can't see, but the back is down. So when
Right.
I get to work, it's times I've been to work and I forgot that my hair was pin curl, and I'm walking around and people looking at me like, oh
Right.
shit, I forgot my pin curl is,
Right.
just to kind of keep it in the morning, together.
Right.
But I don't get dressed. I don't do that often. It's only because of how early it is from getting to work. But if I'm going out, I'm dressed. Like I don't even keep like a makeup bag with me.
Right.
I only have lipstick because I don't like getting dressed out, if that makes sense. Like I like to get dressed at home and
I totally get it. Most of the time we're going somewhere, I'm driving, so
it's easy for her to
right.
continue to finish.
Right, and it's always something. She's running around doing something. She always bring 2 pairs of shoes because I'm sure which color we're gonna go with in the car.
So that's just planning.
But when she so she has style and flair to it. But the truth about it, when you get married, the wife is only gonna get into the game day attire,
And
couple of times a month, if that.
wait, what?
Hey, this is the truth. This is just the truth.
Wait a minute, what?
For the rest of the time, it's mainly scrimmage and just practice gear.
David, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, for the most time, it's practice gear. When you're married, your wife is just walking around in practice gear. She's not getting ready for the game.
So you're telling me it's going to switch?
Yeah, it's a
After I
switch.
do.
They flip a switch.
What, so how
Yeah.
drastic? What are you?
You get married. They look wonderful. Honeymoon look wonderful.
Honeymoon.
But after a while.
So the last time you saw her look wonderful was honeymoon?
Right. No, I'm saying like if I take her somewhere, then yeah, but
So maybe
it's not like TV where they just getting dressed every day and just doing makeup in the
well, you
mirror
have to
and
think
taking
about
pictures.
the circumstance, right?
Yeah, you gotta look at the circumstances.
Like if you're taking this every time you're dating someone or you're dating this person before you're married, you're always calling them and say, "Hey, we're gonna go here. Hey, we're gonna go there." So you're not seeing them in the stage of getting together.
Man,
like how you said the 60% she
This
wasn't ready, and then
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like this, but you didn't see the finished product.
Yeah, man. When you marry someone, you have to be satisfied with what they look like at practice, because the truth of the matter, you're gonna see that practice attire
Quite often.
quite often.
Yes.
And I'm fine with the way her natural.
No, that's real because there's when
Okay.
people FaceTime me, right?
Yeah.
I look like
Yeah, but who's this?
Erykah Badu. I'm like in a robe
Yeah.
all the time. Like I'm
Yeah.
in a robe all
D'Angelo on the
the
phone.
time. Like I have
Yeah.
several robes. I love robes. I have big plush ones, nice thin ones, silk
I
ones.
believe it.
I love a robe, and my hair is always tied up,
Yeah.
and it's up all the time. I have no makeup on. I have no
Yeah.
makeup on. I have no earrings on. I don't have those things on. So if you FaceTime me, just be prepared to see what's on the other end. And it's not like I look crazy, but I just feel like I just look comfortable. Because
So
I'm in
then,
my
like,
home.
what I might do. So, see, I play games too.
I know you do.
So
That's
it's
why I
like,
asked you about.
If I'm gonna go,
But no. Before
Okay,
you
go
get to
ahead.
that, hold
Go ahead.
that thought. Because I want to ask you, has she ever critiqued you on your attire?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
No-
I
no
already
way-
know, like,
yeah.
with you wearing this
Yeah.
chain here,
Yeah.
David has got this chain since for
Yeah.
Christmas, y'all,
Yeah,
and
I
he
like
just keep wearing this chain like he is a rapper, and I'm concerned. I'm like, what are we doing with this chain?
We're taking the. We're kings. We're taking the gold back.
So the chain is decked out in diamonds with a lion. Is that a lion
lion.
head?
It's a lion.
It's a lion head
Yeah.
on the chain,
Yeah,
y'all.
we
Where's he
kings.
going with this chain?
We're kings, and we're showing that we're royalty.
Yeah, okay.
So,
can
so sometimes you can play mind games. You can play mind games
all
with
the
your
time.
spouse.
Yeah.
But to your question, yeah, my wife would critique a shirt or something like that. Oh, change out those shoes. That's not the same blue.
Oh yeah, because guys
stuff
do
like
that. Oh my gosh, you guys do that.
Yeah, things like that. So if I want her to like dress out and like look top notch, and
What you do?
I hope she's not listening to this.
I hope she is.
So I'd be like, oh man, so and so's gonna be there. Yeah, she looked good last time I saw her. I saw something like that. Oh, she looked
David!
nice. Not like where I'm like.
So you
salivating
compliment
with somebody
another
else.
woman on their attire so your wife can step up.
So you could come ready for game day. It's showdown.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's because you can't just come. I can't say directly.
That's
hey,
unacceptable.
I need you to look.
So
top
then
notch.
that's one side of it, right?
Yeah.
So think about the side that I get if people always think I'm overdressed.
Yeah, people. Yeah, I mean,
I'm always talked about. Why you had to come here with heels on? Nobody else got heels on here. You the only person with heels on. Everybody else got tennis shoes on.
okay. So let's talk. Okay, so then it comes down to one of my questions. So it's like expression is a big part of who you are.
Exactly. That's what it is. That's what attire is. That's what a dress is.
That's what dress is. That is what your tattoos are. That's what your piercings are.
Yes.
That's what your accessories are. You're expressing something.
Who you are.
Who you are.
So I don't understand why if you don't wear what everyone is so-called wearing, why is everyone attacking you or have something to say about your dress and attire?
Right. I mean, I think as long as you fit the occasion, you're fine. It's okay. I mean, if we're saying we're going to go play some volleyball at the beach and you show up, in a freaking work suit, then yeah, that's an issue.
That is an issue.
But if you
But that
come
don't even
decked out with matching workout clothes, and that's fine.
Or beach attire. You may have
right.
the coverall, the hat, the straw hat. But still, what does it matter if I'm dressing how I feel comfortable? It's not like I'm not dressing for the occasion. I'm just dressing how I feel comfortable.
Right.
It is not. It's not. Basically, it's not into your standards.
So is it possible, because we know, okay, all the girls, we're going to meet up, we're going to go to this event, and it's just business casual. But D'Angela, we got to tell you it's business casual because maybe we don't want you to outshine us. Maybe we want the attention all on you. Maybe we want you getting all the questions like, hey,
I do have a girlfriend who's concerned sometimes about some of her friends and how they dress because she used to be a fashion blogger, and she's very inclined with fashion. So she cares about, she's always wearing, people think I'm overdressed. I feel like she's overdressed all the time. But she's fashion forward. So she's always just that person that's always going to wear something trendy. Whereas I may dab in trends, but I'm going to dab in how I'm feeling or what the occasion is, whatever. So she always what you got on? But not to me, but to other friends. She tell me, she's like, because we showed up in there, we were all dressed differently. And I was like, so?
Okay.
In my mind, I'm like, who cares? But she wants everyone to dress like her, I guess, or on her stand. I'm like, but they're not going to do that. That's not their lane.
So when it comes to you getting dressed, okay, so you got to go work tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So do you already know what you're wearing tomorrow?
No, I don't. And that's the thing about me. People think that I have it all together because when I come to work or when I'm dressed, they say, no, I literally just see how I feel and put it together every single day.
Okay.
Unless it's like a black tie event and I need a gown or something, I need a whole complete look, then yes, I plan a little ahead. But other than that, every single day at work, I'm not putting on my clothes. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Have you ever dated somebody and the guy dressed better than you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have, but I like a well-groomed man.
Okay.
Yeah. I like a guy who is okay with what they're wearing. Because I have been in relationships where the way I have dressed has caused issues in my relationship. Because they're not used to someone getting dressed the way that I have. I guess they're used to someone just kind of like jeans and a t-shirt, jeans and a top.
So they wanted you to kind of tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So how do they come out and say that? Do they be like, hey, you don't have to do, all that?
They'll say, well, why are you doing all that? We're just going for pizza.
Gotcha.
They'll downplay the event. That was just give an example. I mean, it's not pizza, but
yeah,
it's just why you got to put all that on? We're just going for this. And I was like, okay, this is what I want to wear. Like you having what you want to wear. I mean, I've dated guys who was about to go out the house in a wrinkled shirt, and I was like, so should I let you go out the house like this? Are you okay with this? Well, it's not that wrinkle. No, it's wrinkle. So I literally, I have this recording actually of like an ex in the past, I think, if I can find it. And I was having a conversation. I was like, is this okay with you? He's like, well, we just going, it was traveling on the road. He was like, we're just traveling. I was like, but, why would you wear that wrinkle top? Like, it was just like, he couldn't even put it together. And I'm just like, this is what you're used to. Because there's no way you would have thought this was acceptable.
Right. So do you envision your partner needs to compliment you in terms of...
In dress? No. That dress can be changed.
They can just be themselves.
I want them to be themselves, but I think attire can be changed. So if it's something I prefer, or like how you say with your wife, it's like, hey, I prefer you in this, or you have to do a little manipulating to get her on board with the things that you want, which I feel like that's marriage.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Because sometimes...
marriage is a one big manipulation show.
Yeah, they would just pick it out for you. And like I said, and it's the same thing. It's like, I'm not perfect in terms of, my attire.
Right.
Look, sometimes she'd be like, oh, are you just going to put on that same T-shirt and a hat and just leave the house like that?
So do you have standards in your marriage as in like how you would like for your wife to dress? Or is it just on occasions and it's just on like when you're out, Is it not like a normal, like for me, I like to feel good in anything I wear. So I wear things around the house that's not necessarily raggedy with holes in it. I don't believe in that in general. That's just my mindset. Like, even if I'm in the house, I'm lounging, I got a sweater, I got maybe a sweatshirt on and some leggings.
Well, one thing I guess the mature answer for me would be if I want
the mature answer, not the real answer.
I mean, this is kind of where, the real answer is I kind of don't really care too much. I mean, unless we're doing something big. Cause,
I don't know if I believe you since you talk about manipulating your wife.
Like most of the time, it's like, let's say, like we did a big family event. My grandma turned 90, so we flew to California. And it was like all my cousins and
that's different.
And she looked nice. I didn't have to tell her nothing like that.
But of course, it's the occasion.
Right, it's the occasion. But just for like every week, let's say we're going to the movies or every weekend, it's like one thing because we have a toddler, I have to give her time to get dressed. Or if not, if she's giving both people dressed, I want to get what I'm going to get.
Right.
That's the truth of the matter.
Wow.
But if I actually want to give her time to do the makeup and accessories or whatever with what she needs to do, then that's going to be that. But the good thing about her is she's a hairstylist, so she's gonna make
her hair is always gonna look great.
She's gonna make sure her hair is proper and she knows how to get done.
Make it
like when she wants to, she can. But like I said, that's just game.
I think it depends on who you are as a person.
Yeah,
I think I'm always gonna dress up. And I'm saying dress up in quote unquotes, meaning like, because everyone thinks I'm dressed up. And to me, I'm just like, this is what I want to look like. This is what I want to wear. Like, when I go out, I'm like, oh, because where else am I going to wear these clothes?
That's true.
Like, I don't understand what people think. Like, I mean, and I'm not even a big shop. I don't even shop crazy. But if I have clothes in my closet and I'm getting dressed to go somewhere, why not put them on and be presentable in the clothes that I have?
Yeah. Let me see. Has your appearance or dress ever got you an opportunity that you was looking for?
People always think opportunity. No, when I dress and I've been somewhere, they was like, "Oh, you must be in the fashion or you must shop," and I'm like, "No, I'm not in one of those things." Like,
have people ever asked you to dress them?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that's what happened.
Yeah, people have asked me. They're like, "Why do you think I'm qualified to do that?"
Like, can you go shopping with me and blah blah?
I have had yes, it's been a coworker actually who did that.
Okay.
And I was like, wait. She was like, I just don't know how to put it together like you. Like you just, you come in. I would never thought to put this together.
Right.
And I was like, I can understand that because it is just like and it's not it's not me thinking about what I'm wearing. It's just more so me just putting it together and like, oh, it works, and just walk out the house.
Right.
Like.
Right. And most of the time, what you're wearing, it's what you
right.
To
and that's what I try to explain to them.
express.
It's like, this is what I'm okay with wearing. You may not like the stuff that I like for myself.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, because I think style is individual to the person. And you buy things that you like. But I typically always tell people who ask me about style, I say, I'll ask them and say, I want to look for this or good. I think we did it at, when we was at our last in place appointment. when we was on site at on K Street.
Okay.
Mo had asked me. She was like,
Oh, yeah.
she asked me. She said, "Hey, I want you to come around to my desk. I want to get this dress." So she showed me a dress, and she had other options that she wanted to get the dress. And I said, "Well, which dress do you typically buy? Like, which one of these dresses do you typically buy?"
Ooh, gotcha.
And she said, "This one." I said, "Well, then get that one."
Okay, why you say that?
Because you already have that type in your closet already. Because people tend to buy the same things over and over again.
That's a good.
You see what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's just like you're going to keep buying the same thing you like over and over again because it look good on you. Like, you know how people buy the same thing in every color? You be like, why would you do that?
Yeah. Have you ever had to like pull a coworker or a friend off the side? Hey, this doesn't look good on you. This is not flattering.
No.
Okay.
But it has been a coworker who's been very casual. Like, we would go to lunch together, but she was very, very casual in her attire and almost borderline not professional. Well, sometimes not professional. And I was not stopping my dress. Like, you don't catch the hint that you're the only person that's dressed like this? So it was interesting to see how, but she didn't care. She kept dressing the way that she wanted to dress. But I feel like it's not up to me to give you that, to say this, because I don't know the standard, because I haven't been told it. But this is how I'm coming to work every. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not the person that should go to her and say you need to dress more professional when I'm not her boss. Like.
So one of the biggest changes in the last couple of years to if a woman wore something exposing a lot of cleavage, something real tight,
revealing stuff,
revealing stuff in the workplace, and they'd be shunned or they'd be labeled or something like that, or they may be talked to on, hey, this is not proper attire. But they're inviting unwanted, maybe some wanted, maybe some unwanted attention.
Right.
But in today's society now, we're saying, okay, women should be able to wear whatever they want without having a guy make a comment or without being told that or being stereotyped against.
Yeah.
So
it's more so treated like I shouldn't wear mini skirts. You automatically assume that I'm a working girl. Like on the streets when I say working girls.
Gotcha.
Appropriate term.
Right.
So it's like you shouldn't automatically assume because of my attire I'm doing, favors.
Right. Gotcha. Right. So but the times have changed. Even when I look at other, professions, used to be okay, you can't show your tattoo now. People can show your tattoo. Even in the military, it was like, okay, hide your tattoo. But now, people, they show their sleeve, things like that. So, the appearance in the workplace, it is, appearance does matter.
It's important, yeah.
Yeah, it still does matter. Still does open up opportunities. You will be judged based on your appearance. That's just the way society is. But, the smart thing to say, we would know that, talking about Google or talking about Facebook, we know that they're probably coming dressed, relaxed, and things like
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
You'd be surprised.
Right.
My friend sent me pictures every day of people in her office at Bloomberg, and somebody came to work in workout attire.
Yeah. I mean, like you're at the car dealership, you're going to go buy a car, who is the salesman going to go to first, the person with the sweats or the person with the suit? But, you're setting yourself up, possibly, just to be embarrassed if you always assume that the attire is who the person is.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I think, I would like feedback on if how appearance matters to people in relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I already feel like the talk is happening at work at times when people wear things that are like, well, why would you get up and come here? You just didn't care. You think nobody was going to notice?
Right.
So I think it's interesting. It's not like you're hiding away in a closet. Like, again, like you're working at a call center and it's like 4 a.m,
Right.
So, yes. So tell us, coworkers, we would like to know. Don't forget the work crisis hotline is live and open.
Yeah. What's the number again?
It's 202-643-9015. Give us a call. Until next time, coworkers. That's all for today's episode of Work Spouse.
We would love for you to subscribe and leave a review. We welcome all feedback.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WorksPousePod or email us with any questions at thyworkspouse@gmail.com. That's thyworkspouse@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe for updates on future shows. Until next time, coworkers.